Hi, welcome to May 22nd, 2015, diary entry number 9. Today, I basically am cleaning and packing, sending Hannah to her mom's tomorrow to stay there for the week while Zachary goes to respite and I come to London to a hotel to rest. I'm really looking forward to it. A little bit of work means a great amount of payoff, and that's what I need right now is lots of rest, relaxation, enjoyment to get my mind in a better place. Like I talked yesterday about spring becoming fresh, new. That's my whole goal, and this is the beginning of it, which is awesome. I really wanted to talk a little bit today about the concept of evil. Dr. Evil. Okay, bad impression. I'm sorry. Okay, evil in its definition means morally corrupt. But the thing is when we go to define evil, I think the definition can be skewed by Hollywood and the media. Simply put, when we have horror movies or when media reports things, they normally report on the worst things. Therefore, our minds are already set that evil is defined by maybe the most extreme evil that is out there in the world. But evil in and of itself should be really defined differently and a little bit more broadly than how it's portrayed in the media. For example, first and foremost, maybe I'll talk about a Criminal Minds episode I watched. One of the episodes, there was a priest who was doing exorcisms on a list of people whom he had that ventured to Galicia, Spain. They may have been involved in the death of a priest there, and maybe this was retaliation. I really can't remember. But this priest bound these people, drugged them, and they ended up dead. The local authorities thought, this was suicide or this was a natural death. But because one of the people who died was a friend of Prentice, who was an agent on the BAU in the FBI, she knew differently, so she got her team to investigate kind of quietly these deaths. And in the course of the investigation, David Rossi went to a priest in a local cathedral. The priest asked, "Do you believe in the existence of evil?" And Rossi said, "Yes, I work with it every day." So of course he does. And then the priest asked, "So at what point does evil enter into a person?" And Rossi didn't respond. And those are sort of the questions that would be in my mind about the course of evil. Does it exist? And at what point does it enter in? What does it really look like, right? What does evil look like? So let's think about, I know in the Bible, the story of Adam and Eve, they ate of the apple, and what did they learn when they ate the apple? Good and evil. It was very broadly categorized, and there's obviously many types of good one can do, some lesser, some major forms of good, and then there's evil that people can do, choices people that people can make that are evil, some lesser, some major. Evil means moral corruption. And so these are choices you make that are morally corrupt. So lying, cheating, stealing, being bitter, doing something in bitterness, doing something in hate, lusting after something, slander, gossip, pride. There's a whole list of sins in our world that we can, do. The many poor choices that we can make. They are really classified as evil. Sin in the church, as we call it sin, some may call it poor choices, is considered evil. Evil is simply, if evil means moral corruption, sin is moral corruption. So there's just a reality that we can choose evil. The problem is is we've stamped evil to be something incredibly significant in society. We stamp the worst people as evil. But there's something we got to remember. There are people who are evil, like purely 100% unadulterated evil. They made their choices. They serve evil purposes. There is a difference between making evil choices and then being 100% sold out to evil, in my opinion. I think you can get to a place where you can become fully evil. In the same right, light and darkness cannot be in the same room together, because light exposes darkness, and if light enters the room, darkness dissipates. It's the same way, I think, with the human soul. If we allow light in, darkness dissipates. But if we just allow darkness to enter into our soul, then darkness remains. Now, the other concept, remember how I talked in an earlier video diary, I can't remember which one, that, we plant things in our heart through our actions and through our behavior. If we're the soil, we plant these seeds in our heart. And if we have the seed of hate or bitterness or lust, slander, whatever, we can allow that to grow until it completely consumes us. So a little bit of hate can turn into a lot of hate, which can turn into a lot of anger and aggression and potentially murder if you continue to feed the behaviors. A serial killer doesn't always just become a serial killer at first. They graduate into becoming a serial killer. I worked with sex offenders against children, and guess what? They made choices, right, to become who they were. They didn't start as just a sex offender. They started with choices by which they became attracted to children sexually somehow, and then took a course of actions that led them to their offense. And they would continue offending to this day if they weren't caught, simply because it's rooted deep in their heart. So I hope you understand, if you keep your heart in check, you can obviously keep the darkness out of your heart and do good things, right? You can make good choices. I believe in God, where I put Jesus in my heart, and because Jesus and God, are basically the definition of love, all things love, that's what I want to permeate me, love. They have this unconditional love for me, and I want to learn how to have unconditional love for others. So, anyway, those are some of my thoughts on evil. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. I mean, we could have further discussions, but I don't like my videos going too long. So have a great day.